1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I made it. I was alive.
That's what I labeled it, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Are we supposed to do like V1?
In fact, I think I know exactly what happened. I was sitting outside,
did it.
just sitting in a chair that I hadn't washed in a couple months. It has the fabric padding,
Like I said,
probably
30
somebody
minutes
in
ago.
there.
I
I
was
sit
gonna
down,
eventually.
get scared,
Just
they bite me,
no,
I go to the hospital.
No, I do care though. I was gonna get to it eventually.
Were you here last time?
Terrible fever.
Are you shifting
I
one too?
peaked out at 102.
I'm not in my seat.
And then not only that, but the antibiotic that
I
they
don't, I
gave
didn't
me
even notice it.
made my face
You'll get
break
to
out.
drag it if you show
It would have been better if I just didn't even take the antibiotic. So,
No, I wasn't happy before. I'm not happy.
yeah.
You better be happy. Get happy.
I feel okay. They gave me some steroids.
Yeah, I get to present my
Feel
computer science 1 semester project.
Hey.
No, they took some blood smear
Yeah.
from me.
I mean,
They
I've
said
got
that I definitely was
intelligent
poisoned
one. I think it's
at like a medium level.
yeah, if you've got 4 points, that is
They
your
got-
ship.
Or whatever it was, they
Picks
got.
this one.
It wasn't like the.
It'll then
like
shoot
the
at this
terrible
one and
one.
hit, and shoot at this one and hit, and if it's already shot here, it'll go, alright, I
It
already
got
shot
it.
there, so it'll go.
But you crossed
shoot
the mafia.
back here, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
What's up?
Yep, poison, did you cross the mafia?
Did I cross them all?
This
No, did you cross the mafia, cause you got.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Relatively easy.
Spider bite.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Okay,
keep
so
forgetting
we're-
to email it to you.
It's horrific.
Is your fever better?
Yeah. Like, that's what, I got bit last week by a spider,
Oh, okay.
and as a result, I got fever and all
Now
kinds
you're
of terrible
Spider-Man.
stuff. No.
You woke up and you're super strong.
No.
Hands
That's a
sticking to your
secret.
pillow.
Yeah, whatever bit me.
You kill every spider you see now, so it doesn't bite you?
Nah, it's happened once in my life, you know, I'm not too upset about it.
I'm just spider racist.
Well,
Oh, okay, so 6.2.
I was telling Paul, I think that what happened was I just sat down on
Yeah,
the cushions that I hadn't sat down on
That
for a
makes
few
more
months.
sense, okay.
And then there was probably some spiders or bugs in there. And then,
That's only 5.
yeah, I got a couple. Is this good with blank paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just said 6.
Do you by
Right.
chance have your assignment with the?
In your minds, it's.
I'm at home right now. I'm at home right now.
Well, give it just 2 seconds.
I leave my brain at home.
You can do a picture of it?
Program.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
sure.
I mean, I had,
I forgot my notebook, that's
That's okay.
plain paper.
right,
So,
it's obvious you did it, and
yeah.
it's okay, don't sweat.
Hours of it.
Thanks. I just literally just can't read it.
Okay, so just like, alright.
Yeah, you didn't do it. Sir, thanks.
Someone demonic.
Sounds
I know, I'm not.
Oh, gotcha, that's good. I'll sleep with it. We were good.
Oh, yeah, you do it.
You want me to like send it in sections, so like it's bigger?
Whatever you can do just to increase your visibility.
Alright, yeah.
It's fine. I gave it a try, and
Alright, I understand.
if it was just like you submitted, I'm good reading it. Thanks.
Yep. That is my question. What is doing? See, now I'm not happy with
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's good.
the inconsistent. This is
I know.
Should take off the whole thing. I did that, so that you wouldn't be happy. And I did that, so I did that for I filled it in for myself.
Right. How do you draw a final thing?
I'm not doing it. I have a 94.
I keep forgetting, you're just not gonna do it.
I think I'm gonna like,
You don't have to do it?
no, because I have an A in the class.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, so, I mean, I might just,
Java?
Java 2.
The first, no, they call it Java. No, we're not. The
No.
first one you need for computer science. Programming.
Oh, programming. No, I skipped the first one.
I didn't take the first, I don't even need to.
No, it's a waste of time and money. It's a
I
waste of
didn't
time
take
again.
it, but I'm taking it next semester.
Alright, we talked. It's good, it's easy class,
So like, if you ever really like, you can do it.
but the way she grades it too, I mean, she's computer science, so she likes to be lazy when she can. She talks about it, it's really funny. So what she does is, she grades up until you have an A. So if you have an 89, she's gonna grade as many points as she needs until you hit a 90, and then she'll stop. So she doesn't actually grade your full assignment, unless you're like at an 80.
I have to figure out if,
You're probably close.
I probably am.
The program that we wrote last class, it calculates your grade for you. So we put in our actual scores. And we wrote a program to tell like the grade average of the class. So we actually put in our homework assignments, and then it came out the
yeah.
average of the class.
That's smart, I could just do that.
Yeah, so she knows. You literally wrote the program. You're probably close, but either way, I just do like the short answer.
I didn't do one.
when you went to get that pencil box, did you look
What
with
we
the
have,
idea of, let me
the
get a pencil
200.
box that looks like I could have
The
made it?
200 point, how much did you get on that? Oh, you didn't know. So it's 300 points.
No, that's 100 points off.
Well, it's
Okay guys,
worth
so
it.
what I wanted to do today was I wanted to talk about the final examination, kind of give you guys a lowdown as to what's on there, and then if you guys have some questions for me, I'd be happy to answer whatever I can. Alright, the other thing I wanted to do was if you had some questions about assignment 12, I'll answer those. Let me start off with that there's one question, 3C, that asks for all the subgraphs of complete 1-2. Don't even worry about that question. We didn't cover subgraphs, so I'm not going to hold you guys responsible. But a subgraph is essentially basically like a subset. So it's any set of vertices and edges that correspond to a graph. All right, so you guys wouldn't need it for this class. So, and if you ever need it, you guys would see it in the future.
One more thing, on
It's
5B,
fine. Yep.
do you have to do the numbering for the edge?
Yeah, if you guys would make your own numberings for, if you handed it in already, that's fine, because I could still trace it that way, but it'd be nice for me to be able to have the edges in there, too.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't put the edges in.
Yeah, so just label them and put them in there,
Okay.
no big deal. Okay, sir?
I have a question about the homework in general.
Yeah.
Whenever we're creating our vertices, and should we be labeling every one of them? or
Yes,
just- okay.
please. Because that way, like, otherwise it's not defined, and I don't know, like, if you're referencing something, I don't necessarily know what you're referencing.
Well, like,
Maybe it's just.
for
Oh,
example,
are you
like
s- if it's-
3B,
I see what
for
you mean.
example.
If it
so-
says to make a graph, that's okay.
Like, can I just put the vertices and I
That's
connect all
fine.
the points?
Yes, sir.
but-
Okay, unless you're referencing some component of that, then you don't have to do that.
Okay.
All right, so I see what you're saying. But if I'm asking you to do like a walk or a loop or
Oh,
something,
yeah, then
some
ask,
circuit,
yeah,
then most certainly doing that.
Okay.
Okay?
got it.
All right, other questions about the assignment before I talk about the final exam? Okay, and of course, guys, if you do have some more questions, make sure you ask me, so that way I can help you guys out with it, okay? All right, so the way that I drafted the final was that 20% of it was the logic and circuits and things like that. 30% of it was the proofs, another 20 or 30% was the sets, and then the binomial theorem and the permutations, and then the last 20% was the stuff that we've done most recently. So let me just break it down into, I guess, the percentages, so that like each major topic. And essentially what I did was I just looked at the learning objectives for the course, and I pulled questions based on that. Okay, so I guess if you were to think of, I guess in sections, we could say section number 1, that would be logic, tables, circuits, and syntax. Okay. So let me just go through like some of the most specific things. I'm not going to ask you guys to know everything for the examination. Okay, it's a long semester and I couldn't expect you guys to know everything. But I'll narrow it down to maybe 4 or 5 questions that you guys should know for the examination. Okay, so I'm definitely going to ask you guys to be able to verify something using a truth table. Okay, so or something with a truth table. So verify with a truth table. Okay, and we were able to verify a number of things using a truth table. Okay, so let me just remind you guys of some of the things that we did. We had we had those Boolean equivalencies. Okay, so make sure you guys can determine if 2 statements are equal. So two statements are equal to one another. And remember, two statements are equal if they have the exact same truth table. Okay. If I give you an argument form, make sure that you guys know how to make sure that an argument form is valid. So, and by the way, when I say an argument form, let me just make sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. Okay. If I was to ask you guys, I don't know if there's one on here. Yeah, for example, if you guys look at like 4A, all right, argument form is just going to be a sequence of arguments and then followed by a conclusion. Okay? And maybe you guys might or might not remember, but if I was to ask you guys to be able to determine if this is valid or invalid using a truth table, okay, does anybody remember what the process is for that? Just to make sure, because it's not just making the truth table itself. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you make a column for every variable, and then you just work your way out the logic, and it's.
Okay. So yeah, we definitely want to make a truth table for everything that's on here. And then specifically, once we have the truth table, we have to look for something specific in that table. So
If it's false, don't you cross it out across the
correct.
column?
If any of these premises are going to be false, you just cross it out, because that doesn't really mean anything to us. What are we looking for with one of these? We're looking for,
At the end, they all have to be true.
correct, anything that's completely true. Nice, Marvin. If it's a critical row, okay, so you guys remember the term critical row, okay? What you guys want to do with an argument form is you want to make sure you identify the critical rows, okay? And you're absolutely right, sir. At the end of the problem, the conclusion must be true in all the critical rows, okay? So conclusion must be true. So make sure if I give you guys a truth table that you got with an argument form, you guys are able to do that. Okay. I might give you guys like a circuit, and I might ask you guys to be able to produce the input-output table. Okay, so make sure that you guys can do that. That's certainly still like a truth table. So make sure you have your input-output tables. Okay. Trying to think what else. And when I say that, make sure that you guys can construct a circuit from an input-output table. Make sure that you guys can develop an input-output table. Make sure that you guys can also go to a Boolean statement from that. Okay. So let's just say input-output table to a circuit to an expression. Okay. So if I give you an input-output table or ask you to create one of those, make sure you can do that. So those are the things I would ask you guys to do using a truth table, okay? Hopefully none of those are too difficult. As I seem to remember, most of you guys did very well with the truth table stuff on the first examination, but it never hurts to go back just to make sure, okay? If I give you guys a Boolean expression, make sure you guys can simplify it using the Boolean algebra to verify that it's, the Boolean equivalency is true, okay? So make sure you guys can use the Boolean algebra. To verify an equivalency. And also, guys, make sure you have that sheet with all the rules of Boolean algebra on it. Okay? If you guys don't have one, you guys can print one offline. Okay? I know it's been a couple months since we've used that. Okay? Or if you can't find it online, you can email me. Okay? Although you guys should be able to do that. But if not, it's fine. Okay, so make sure you have your table for that. Okay, I'll bring a few extra copies, but once I run out, then you're on your own. Okay. All right. Stuff that I won't put on there. Remember we did like that 8-bit addition where I asked you guys to add the two numbers? I won't put that on there. Okay. We talked about multiple quantifiers and Venn diagrams. You guys don't have to worry about that stuff. Okay. Also, like, I don't think there's any questions where I ask you to directly make syntax for anything. So, like I say, write the sentence syntactically or something like that, okay? So basically, I know that the course objectives to me said to be able to work with truth tables, to be able to work with equivalencies, so that, and then be able to work with circuits, so that's what I put on there, okay? Stuff I didn't put like the conversion between the number bases, okay? So what I'll probably ask is I'll ask you guys to do 2 of these 4 types of questions on there. Okay, so if you guys look at, I guess, at the exam review, okay, you guys can cross out questions like, and this is just to make it easy for you guys. You can cross out 7, you can cross out 8, you can cross out 9 because I didn't ask you guys to be able to write anything like that. Let me go up a little bit higher, just to make sure. The rest of it looks like it's fair game. Okay, so on the exam review, if you want to get rid of 7, 8, and 9, if you want to get rid of 10 and 11, bless you, that might be good too. Okay, so again, 7 through 11, you guys can get rid of that stuff. Okay. All right, like I said, I'm assuming most of you guys will get a lot of credit for this, although that doesn't mean don't go home and practice it or look over your stuff. Okay, so everyone okay with what to expect in section 1? Okay, at the end, if you guys want me to work any problems related to that, just let me know. Okay. Section 2 is probably going to be your least favorite. Okay. That's the one with all the proof. So, I'll make it really easy for you guys. I'm going to give you guys 3 proofs. One of them's direct, one of them's indirect, one of them's by induction. Okay? So, just to remind me about the different direct types of proofs, okay? I'll ask you guys to be, I guess, knowledgeable in 4 of the direct types of proofs, okay? Involving integers. Okay, so make sure you guys go back, you do your integer stuff. Okay, and integers meaning like even, odd, perfect squares. Okay, so even, odd, perfect square. We talked about being able to do proofs with rational numbers. Most of the time that's just